Hello and welcome everyone. So in this tutorial of Java Basics, I have covered some of the operators in my previous videos. So here I am going to tell you about the other operators. Those are relational operators, assignment operators and logical operators. So here we are going to compare everything, and I am going to jump into our IDE, and step by step I am going to cover all these three operators. So we are going to start with relational operator first. So now let me jump into our IDE, and there I am going to code everything one by one. So here you can see I am having a ready-made project called Java, and inside the source folder of our Java project I am going to create one package where I am going to declare the name of package com.operators.learning, and inside that package I am going to create one class called operator. So in this operator class I am going to create one main method, and inside that I am going to cover our operator. So first operator that I am going to cover is less than operator, like you can see in my screen. So from here to here everything I am going to cover. Now here I want to declare one number, int a is equals to 10 and integer b is equals to 20. Here I am going to say less than operator, and I will print the value of a and b. So let me put one statement system.out.println, and here I am going to say a is less than b. Here this operator says the number 10 is less than b, and in case it is true, it is going to return one boolean value, true or false, based on the condition whether 10 is greater or less than the b. Now let's run this program, and here it is going to say that true, right? So it is returning a true condition. It means it says of course a is less than b, means 10 is less than 20. So what can be done? If it is true a is less than b, right, we can do one small operation just for understanding. So here we can say something like system.out.println, and we are going to add those numbers. So here I will say a plus b, it means we are adding. So here it will say true, and sum of these two numbers has become in our console, that is 30. What will happen in case I am going to make it greater than operator? Now let's see what it is saying. So here also I am going to make it greater than. So here I will put one thing, and I will say first time it will say no, number 10 is not greater than number b, number 20, which is assigned to b. Of course it is saying false, and here this a and b will not be added, so that you can see in my console properly. This is why this sum is not working. So what we can do to make it work, we are going to make it 30, and now let's see whether it is true or not. So here we can see that this condition satisfies and returns a boolean value that is called true. Here it means 30 is greater than b. Also this condition also becomes true, and it adds the two value a and b. Now the second thing, now the third operator after greater than, that is I am going to put something called less than or equal to. So for that I am going to create one more variable, int c, and let me say that int c is also equals to 30, right? So what will happen here, whenever I will say less than equals to b, what will happen? A is less than or equals to b, it means it is neither less or not equals to b. It means this condition is already false. I will run and will check. So here it says condition is false, right? But here what I am going to say that I am going to put c instead of b. So what it will say, this condition will become true. Now let me run this program, and it will say yes, this is less than or equals to, it means it is also less and C. So what will happen in case I want to make it 29 here, how it is going to work? Now let's see and we will check. So here what it says, this condition is also true. It means A is less than C. Also it will satisfy A is equals to 30. It means it is equal to 30. So here it clearly says that a number should be equals to 30 or less than 30, where A is less than 30, which is 29. So here things are correct working. Now let me put this here and we'll check whether things are working correctly or not. I am going to run this program and here it will say the condition is true and 49. Now what will happen here? Let me make it something like 31. It means 31 is greater than C. The condition will become false. It means it was only allowing to check less than 30. It should not be more than 30. So here we have done less than equals to operator. Now the second thing that I am going to do is greater than or equals to C. So let me put this operator and we are going to check here. So this operator says the value of A should be greater than C or it should be equals to C. Now I am going to run it and here it will say yes, A is greater than or equals to C, that we can see. So here now let me make it something like 29 and we are going to check it whether this condition satisfies or not. So here it clearly says 29 is not greater than or equals to C. So here condition becomes false and we are no longer to do summation of A and B. Now the next operator that we are going to use is equals to operator, which we are going to make it something like this. Now here it says A double equals to C. Now let's check how we are going. So here we are checking variables of declared integers. So here we are checking A is equals to C or not correctly. Now what will happen here? 30 and 29 are not equal, so it will give error or it will return simple false in a boolean condition. That is why here as a condition false we are not able to add these two numbers. Now what I will do here, I will make it 30. So it will say yes, this number is working properly and condition becomes true. It means this 30 which is assigned to C and this 30 which is assigned to A both are same and this condition becomes true and we do the addition of two values. The next operator that we have here in the relational operator is not equals to. So for not we are going to put the symbol which is called negation and it will check not equals to C. So here the condition become false because A and B both are having 30 as their value. So here the condition printing in our console says false, hence this is working because we have not changed condition here. Now let me put this condition here and summation will not work. So here summation is not going to work and it is returning false. Now let me make it something like 10 and it is going to work perfectly. So you can see in console that yes, A is not equals to C and it is working now. Now the next operator we are going to cover are assignment operators that you can see it. So here first I will explain what is an assignment operator. So here you can clearly say that A is equals to 30. It means single equals to says that value of A is 30. It means 30 is assigned to variable A. So here now we are moving further. The first operator was equals to only. So it says A is equals to 30. Now what we can see here, let me say A int B is equals to A. It says the value of A means 30 is assigned to B. Now the value of B I am going to print and it will say here that the value of B is 30. Let me print here and you will see the value of B is 30. Let me give one message the value of b is something like 30 here, and we are done. Let me run this. So here it says the value of b is 30. So far we have understood equals operator here. This is assignment operator first. Now the second operator that I am going to explain is plus equals to. So what is plus equals to? So here I am going to make it something like b is equals to 30. Again let me make it 20, correct? And here I am going to say that int a plus b. So what it will do? It will do a plus b, and here it will say 20 plus 30. It means it should print 50, right? Now let me show you. This is how it works. So I am going to make it d, and I will print the value of system.out.println, and I am going to print the value of d. Let's see what going to be the value of d. So here the value of d will become something like 50. So same way we can do a plus equals to b. It will say that a, we are doing summation of a plus b, and after the sum of these two will become 50, and that 50 will be kept inside the a, and I am going to print the value of a. So here value will become 50. Now the value of a is 50, that you can see here. It is very simple. Now same as we are going to do it minus equals to. So what it will do? It will subtract two value and assign it value to a, that we can see here correctly. So I am going to make it a minus equals to b, and now let's check what going to be the value of a. So I am going to put it here and I will run. So here you can see a minus b, it means 30 minus 2 is equals to 10, and the 10 which comes will be assigned to a. So here the value has come something like 10. You can see in my console. Same thing will happen with our multiplication operator, that is asterisk. So what this will do? It is simply doing nothing, whether it is doing a is equals to a multiplied by b. So a into b, it means 30 into 20, it is going to be 600, and that 600 will be assigned to a. Hope you understood here, and I am going to run this program. Now let's see the output. So here you can see the output is something like 600. Now the next is operator, that we are going to make it a divided by b. So what will happen? So a will be divided by b, and whatever value will come we are going to put into a. So here if you will see, we have seen here the value has come 1, because 30 is divided by 20, and the quotient that will come will be 1 here, and remainder will be 10. So that is why the value of a that we are seeing in console a is coming 1. Now the next step that we are going to make it, we are going to do the percentage equals to b. It will say that we are going to divide these two numbers, and whatever the remainder will come will be assigned to the value a. Now let's run this, and I expect the output will be 10. So here you can see the value has come 10, because whenever we are dividing 30 with 20, the remainder will always come 10, and quotient will be 1. And in case we want to find the quotient, we have already seen the operator something like this. Now the next thing that I am going to tell you, there are few other operators that I am going to jumping. Here is a logical operator. So in the logical operator, first operator is our logical AND, and the second is logical OR. Now let me show you few things that I am going to make it. So here I am going to make few changes to learn those things. So here I am going to put some value, something called system.out dot println to understand those operators. System dot out dot println. So this println I am going to print few things. So let me change some values. I will make it 10, 20 and 15. Later I will explain these things more clearly. So here I am going to say that here I have to put some values. I am going to make it A is greater than B, and same thing I am going to copy here, and I will say B is greater than C. Of course B is greater than C here, that we can see in our program. Now let me run this program and how it is going to work. So it is saying false and true. Now let me make it println here so that we can see it in the next line very more clearly. I am going to make it ln and I will run it again. So first condition says 10 is greater than 20, A is greater than B, where it is saying it is false, and B is greater than C, it is saying true. Now how we are going to make the condition of logical AND? So I am going to put this condition if here. If A is greater than, I am going to print this value from here, and I am going to put operator that is called logical AND. After that I am going to print these two values here, and what I will do, I will print some statement saying system.out.println, and I am going to print these three values. The values are A plus B plus C. So this is nothing, just to check our operator, nothing else. So this will do summation, which is made for the understanding purpose. So now I will run this operator and I will say the output. So here if you are seeing A is greater than B and B is greater than C, where the first condition is false and the second condition is true. So we have some rule or is called logical AND. This operator does not check the second condition. Let me copy here. So let me comment it out and I will show you how things are working. So here if you will see that the operator does not check the second condition if the first condition is false. A is greater than B and the first condition will become false. It will not check in the second condition and it will go out of the if condition. That is why we are not able to do the summation of A plus B plus C. So we are not able to get the result, like you can see clearly. Now it says it check the second condition only if the first condition is true. It will only check the second condition when the first condition is true. Now let me make it something like this, and it will check the values and do the condition check. Now you can clearly say it has checked the second condition. Why it has checked the second condition? Because first condition was true here. Now let me make it something like this and I will run what it says. So here you can see this condition also not satisfies. It means the first condition is true but second condition is false. So here it will say yes, this condition is not true and we are going to skip this condition, and here the program will come out of if condition and it will not print anything. Hope you guys have understood this entire AND operator, logical AND operator, and now we are going to move for the OR condition. Now let me make it OR condition, that is called logical OR. Now I will run this condition and I will let you know how this condition works. So before jumping anything, I am going to print something here to our code so that I can make you understand more. Right? So here the logical operator does not check the second condition if the first condition is true. So here it clearly says that A is less than B. It means this condition is true, so it will not check the second condition. Now let me run this and we are able to add these values, and it will only check the second condition when the first condition is false. Now let me make it false. I will say that 10 is greater than 20. So here it will become false. It means the first condition is false here, and then only it will check the second condition. Now let me make it something like this, and I will run, and it will say second condition is true. After checking first condition, second condition becomes true and output becomes 45. So here second condition is checked only if the first condition is false. Now I am going to make it both the condition false, and let me check what is the output. So here both conditions are false and we are not able to print these values. Now after this I have few more things to tell you. The operator that we have seen here in the relational operator, that is called instance of operator, that we are going to cover in the sum of next tutorial, for which we need to have some more knowledge. After that we will cover instance of operator. I hope you guys have understood it well. In case you are having any problem in coding, you can comment it out in the below section. Thank you. Bye bye.